I can hear the purple calling. I can hear the Perky's calling. I can hear the purple calling.
Well, what's the deal, Perkyy? Y'all know me, I'm Perkyy, and I'm back at it again with another video. Dang, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I wonder who did that to me. Y'all did. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all thought I was talking about somebody in particular. No, y'all did. But I gotta smile because this video right here, 10 rappers that predicted their own passing. They got Juice WRLD, XXX, Tupac, and more. So I just want to see what this video was about. Nobody asked for this. Thought it was very interesting. Popped up on my recommendation, so y'all know what that means. Anything on my recommendation, slap. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. But before I click this play button, I just want to say that if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, or you're a returning subscriber, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it's nothing but lit content like this on a consistent basis, my baby. Oh, that wink though hit every time.
Worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death and I'm not able to see out my dreams. I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message.
Developing right now,
he did that.
Killer in South Florida.
I'll never forget this day.
Up-and-coming rapper is shot dead. 20-year-old XXXTentacion killed in an apparent robbery.
Just this year, we've lost a lot of talented rappers for one reason or another, and you'd be surprised to hear that a lot of these rappers predicted their final days. Be sure to watch the entire video because today we'll be counting down 10 rappers that predicted their passings. Don't forget.
I don't know the one with the braids.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Number 10.
What we're gonna learn today?
Juice WRLD is very much on the mind of people right now because his latest album, Legends Never Die, has officially dropped, which is both good and bad because while it's good to have music from Juice WRLD again, it's a posthumous release. Do you want to win a brand new iPhone or a brand new MacBook Pro?
Why would you put an added
Amazon gift card? Well, comment the hidden message in this video for
like what the. Here we go.
In December 2019, after overdosing on while trying to flee officers trying to search his plane. Now, to be clear, he most certainly didn't predict the rather.
It was scary when he died, so I was like,
to his death. However, he did predict one thing with somewhat chilling accuracy. What's the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21. In case you didn't know, Juice WRLD died just 6 days after his 21st birthday. And if you don't get the reference, he was talking about how many rappers were said to never make it to 27 years old. But in recent years, a very disturbing trend that includes our next entry found that many rappers die before they're even 21, or they'll die when they are 21.
That's sad.
Can be added
I'm 25.
While some may not see this as a true prediction, you can't deny that it's very accurate.
No, he's not lying. I'll tell you that. He's not lying because a lot of our rappers haven't made it past 20.
To get overly famous, shine for a couple of years, and then fake my death. To be clear, we don't believe that Juice WRLD faked his own death, but a lot of people honestly do because of how he went out and the somewhat mysterious circumstances that surrounded his passing. Either way, though, he noted that he wasn't making it past 21, and he was sadly very right on that account. Number 9. XXXTentacion.
The tongue is powerful.
Almost 2 years since his passing, X is still being honored by his fans, as well as fellow rappers through posthumous collaborations like with Lil Pump and Lil Wayne. But in his song Sad, he may have hinted that his death was coming soon, but not in the way he intended. Who am I, someone that's afraid to let go? You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Suicide if you ever try to let go. I'm sad, I know. I'm sad, I know. In the song, he's singing about the loss of a loved one, but here it can be taken that if he ever lost his girl, his life would be the next to go. Sure enough, he did lose his longtime girlfriend, and then his life was taken, not by his own hand, mind you, but someone did take it, and many in the world were sad. Plus, in the music video for Sad, there was a part where he saw himself in a casket, which is a reference to how many movies and TV shows show the spirits of people looking at themselves gone at their funerals. As teased earlier, X is part of the 21 Club, and just as ironic, Juice WRLD was one of the rappers who was hit the hardest by the passing for various reasons, not the least of which was that the two were friends and had some songs together, and even Juice WRLD admitted a while after the death that it hadn't hit him yet, that X was gone. It also should be noted that X also had rumors that he was actually alive because of various inconsistencies in the case surrounding his passing. But again, it's very clear that he is gone. With the rap world at large,
I didn't know there was any
stayed around because they felt he still had
like conspiracy theories about that. I never looked into it, but crazy.
So much to offer.
Worst thing comes to worst, I die a tragic death or something, and I at least want to know that the kids perceived my message.
Number 8. Notorious B.I.G. In the 90s, there were two rappers on opposite sides of the United States that were dominating the rap industry. One was Tupac Shakur, and the other was Biggie Smalls, aka Notorious B.I.G. The irony of this particular prediction was that it wasn't the first time that Biggie Smalls rapped about dying. He honestly did it a lot in some very interesting ways. But when he wrote the track Suicidal Thoughts, it was clear that something was different, as he had the line, "I'm glad I'm dead, I swear to God I feel like death is calling me." He was right. For a little while after that, Biggie Smalls went to the Soul Train Grammy Awards, and when he left the event, he was caught in a drive-by that took his life from him. This left many wondering if he well and truly knew that he was going to pass on this way, and that's why he wrote
Right,
the song.
it's just, you be
Just as
thinking about
tragic as the
stuff.
loss of Biggie Smalls is the fact that the person or people who took shots at him were never caught. The investigation happened, but
To
no
this day.
suspects were arrested or truly charged with the crime of taking Biggie's life. To this day, it's an unsolved mystery, and many movies and TV series have tried to
Like,
block out
how?
what happened, who might have done it, and more. But as of right now, the mystery is unsolved, and justice for Biggie, his family, and his followers hasn't been given, which makes it all the more ironic that he basically predicted his death, and saying, "I feel like death is calling me," is a rather chilling thing to say in a song, no matter the context. Then to have the
Y'all, the
premonition
tongue
of
is
sorts
powerful.
coming
I
forth
just
and being
don't
real,
speak
that's
some
sad.
things
Not unlike the previous
that you don't
Biggie Smalls
mean.
had a lot to give to the world of rap. You almost have to wonder what
Because
would
what
have
goes
happened
around
if he was
comes
still
around.
alive and able to influence more people. What could have been different? How long would he have gone in the industry? Would he have been an even
Right.
bigger star? Mysteries.
How would life be?
No. 7. Mac Miller.
How would
Mac Miller
life
was a very
be if he was
curious
still
case
here?
in the rap world. He had many hit songs, had a very public relationship with Ariana Grande, and yet
This
in
was
2018,
sad,
his life
too.
was lost due to overdose. And when put next to his song and music video Self-Care, you have to wonder if he knew all along that this was the way he was going to go out. The music video for Self-Care mostly focused on Miller
That's
being trapped
scary.
in a coffin underground, and only
Heck
at the
no.
end did he escape to live his life again. But perhaps that was an illusion. Maybe he did that to not worry fans about what he could do not so long after. And in the song Self-Care, he's saying, "Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself." Yeah, in part he was referencing
Flesh-wise, I get
dumped
that.
him and then bashed on him on social media. But he also knew that he couldn't trust himself, and he was right, for it was by his own hand, and he did take the substances, but he passed. The irony of this particular death is manyfold, not the least of which is because when he did pass, Ariana Grande mourned very openly for him, and many interpreted that she felt if she was still with him, he would still be around. She even sang him a eulogy of sorts in her song Thank You Next, where she called him my angel
I remember that.
and lamented that he wasn't around anymore. There's no doubt that Mac Miller had some mental problems, but the question really was, could he have been given the help he needed? It's hard to say. Mental illnesses are something that can be helped with, but the person needs to want to get better. And Mac Miller clearly
That's true.
didn't feel that, as he was willing to overdose in order to feel better, or maybe more accurate, block out the pain. While he is gone now, maybe he can serve as a life lesson on what not to do when you're hurting.
Exactly.
Tupac Shakur. Tupac is one of the most revered and respected legends in all of rap, and his death, very soon after the death of Biggie Smalls, no less, rocks the rap community very hard. In
Yeah.
fact, many wondered how rap would carry on without the two of them. They were icons, they were legends, and they were inspirations for the next several generations of rap. But what might be the most creepy things about this
Romulus, your city will be finished.
Dude,
in just
ads!
one
I
day.
see you though,
Finished?
especially. I see
Michael.
you.
His death is that a mere 2 months before it happened, Tupac sang this on the track, "Done changed. I've been shot and murdered. Can you tell how it happened word for word? But best believe gon' get what they deserve." This is indeed what happened to Tupac. As he was leaving an event and was getting into his car, his security car with his girlfriend drove away, and then a drive-by occurred, fulfilling the prophecy of what he sang. It did it. Obviously, if we're going to talk about Tupac and his demise, we
This
have
is some scary
Most
stuff.
people don't think that Tupac is actually gone, mainly because there's a whole string of odd coincidences and events that happened after he was declared gone at the hospital. That's right, he didn't pass in the
How y'all
car.
feel about
He made it
that?
to the hospital and he passed a few days later, or so they claim. Many know that
I
his
remember that.
funeral
Right,
was
right,
incredibly
right.
small due to a sudden passing, and that it was a closed casket funeral. This and other events have fueled speculation that he is in fact alive and that he's living somewhere else ready to make his comeback if and when he's ready.
Where they say he was living out, like
This is
Cuba
one
or
of the
some
more
crap like that?
prevailing conspiracy theories in the United States today. But if his passing is true, it's eerie that he predicted it in that song with such clarity. But the irony, though, is that whoever committed the act didn't get what they deserved. For though there have been suspects, none of them have been officially arrested and sentenced for the crime of taking Tupac's life. And if you're hearing similar things, yeah, that's exactly what happened to Biggie Smalls too. Why weren't these deaths solved? How could they not be?
Yeah, how could they not be?
But no answers have been given.
That's my question.
5, Big L. One of the biggest crimes that can happen
I
in the
don't
world is having a life
think I
taken
know
before that
him.
person's true potential can be given to the world. Lamont Coleman was a rapper known as Big L, and it was clear from a young age that he was going to be a star in the rap world. He started making tracks and beats when he was but a teenager, and then he released his true debut album at the age of 21. While he was working on his second album, which was highly anticipated, his life was taken from him. The album itself, not unlike many rappers that would follow a similar path out of life, was released posthumously, and in it was a song called Casualties of a Dice Game, and in that song was the following lyrics. "I got weak and fell on my rear. Now I can hear the sirens. That means here comes the Jakes, but it's too late. I'm knocking on the pearly gates." This song was obviously made before his passing, and that makes the lines even more eerie in how they
Right.
accurately predict his impending passing. His life was taken in a drive-by by in Harlem, New York, where he lived in February 1999. Many consider him a young legend and one that sadly won't get to become a full-grown. Number 4, Blade Icewood. Not every
that.
legend in the game on the world.
I don't know who these
that
people
doesn't
are.
mean that they're not known. If you look up Blade Icewood, you won't find a lot of worldwide recognition, but in Detroit, he was a legend in every sense. Detroit has a deep connection with rap, especially because of the underground scene which spawned Eminem in that underground in that city. But that would eventually cost him very dearly. For you see, the dark part of rapping is that there's a lot of hate between some of the people in the genre, and Blade Icewood was in a literal war with another rapper called Wipeout. The conflict was so great that a bullet crippled Blade Icewood.
I was like, dang, they look alike.
Likely wouldn't be able to walk again. Wipeout's life was taken not long after, and many, including Icewood, noted that it was likely in retaliation for what he did to Icewood. But the story doesn't stop there. Not long afterward, Blade Icewood released a track called All To You, and he put all of his anger and frustration about the incident that got him paralyzed on the track, and in it, he said, "Next time you better take me out." He was clearly furious that the event didn't take his life, but left him with living a half-life. But sadly, the people who likely heard him the first time heard this call out. So a few months later, they came back and did indeed take his life. Lesson here, be careful what you wish for. Number 3, Proof. How's this for a very odd set of circumstances? There was a Detroit rapper named Proof, and his life was taken from him.
I think these people out of my, I don't have to say range,
just a
but
rapper who sang about his own passing. The other rappers did as well. One was a group
y'all know these people?
12, and then the legend himself, Eminem, sang a song about Proof passing. Their first drop of the notion came during the collaboration between D12 and Proof called 40 Ounces. During Proof's lines, he talks about getting into a fight at a club and then his life being taken as a result. Pretty harmless, right? Especially since it was 2 years before Proof's passing. But then, 1 year later, Eminem came out with a song called Toy Soldiers. And in the music video for the track, a friend of Eminem's is taken out in a drive-by, and Eminem can't do anything but watch. One of the lyrics that predicted the death was, "I'm in the club to beef, you gotta murder me there." Sure enough, Proof was taken by a drive-by in front of a Detroit club in 2006. Coincidence? Irony? Fate? Or something more?
What?
Number 2, Chinx Drugz. French Montana is doing very
well
himself in the rap
Chinx.
game.
Oh, I remember this.
But he did once ride with a crew called the Coke Boys, and one of the people in that crew was a man/rapper named Chinx Drugz. And while he was associated with French Montana, he was earning his own name in the world because of his songs and their content. A lot of his tracks were about hardships that he had suffered, such as growing up in very rough Queens, New York. But one of the biggest things he did was make a song called Maybe, where he vented about how the rough lifestyle his friend had lived, which was very similar to his own, had taken his life. He poured all his emotions into the song and sang, "Certain things in life just go unexplained. Death's a sure thing. Kids left to hold your name. This for my homies on the other side. We see you short, but try hard not to my stride. Shy steep my high. Put the keys in the ignition and jump in the ride. Just trying to find a peace of mind. Trying to take a piece of mind." All of this clearly screamed that he felt he would be going to the next life himself soon. And in 2015, that promise came true. Number 1, Dolla. Another rapper that was gone too soon. Dolla
ain't dead? Wait.
Had his life taken before he could ever release his first true album. But he...
Bro. Whoa. Whoa. First of all, 2 different people, my guy. Wait. Alright, I'm sorry, that threw me off because I was like, Ty Dolla $ign is not dead. And I thought he was doing like a future prediction, like, oh, Ty Dolla $ign said this in his song, so boom. This is, be careful of this. He's talking about 2 different rappers. I'm gonna let you slide because all the other videos that we watched were pretty good, so I'm gonna finish the rest of this. He just got my mans confused. I don't really appreciate that, but I'm gonna let it slide.
Even though he never released it when alive, the tracks were released, including the track Georgia Nights, about his life in Atlanta and the life that he had there. In the track, he sang about how his fate was likely already sealed. Waking up in cold sweats, having dreams of going out with a bang. My papa died by the gun, all die by the gun. And if I ever have a son, he'll probably die by the same. They say the good...
That's a generational curse!
Sadly, he was right. His life was taken in Los Angeles in 2009. And there you have it, a look at 10 very different yet very identical rappers who found themselves predicting their own deaths. Can you believe that this happened to so many? Which of these deaths was the most shocking to your mind? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.
This man really made my freaking heart drop. That's crazy. Wow. Hey, you can't be doing that. Anyways, video's already long, but long story short, what I kind of just want to say, like, you know me, Perky's always gonna have something to say. I would really be careful with what you say because the tongue is so powerful. The tongue speaks life and death. So I just will remember that. If you talking about you gonna die this way, you don't want to live, you don't want to be on earth, just know all that stuff is being recorded, is being noted. Like, okay, bet, cool. Matter of fact, you're making my job easier. You know what I'm saying? So I just would be careful with what you say and what you speak, how you move and how you act, because again, like I said, what goes around comes around. So if you speaking that out there, don't be shocked when it comes back to you. But that's it. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully y'all got something out of that. Let me know which death hit the most for you guys in the comment section down below. But I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Please go ahead and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next in the comment section down below. All my social media is in the description. It's also right there as well. 500K on the way, my baby. Yes. Oh, I just want to say I love you guys so much. But y'all know me. Y'all know not to touching my face. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Have a blessed one. I'll see you in the next one. Your girl is out.